Hello, my dear friends. Welcome back to another effective and amazing episode here at Code Your English, the channel that helps you improve your English while learning something useful and interesting. I am so happy you are here today. Thank you so much for your amazing support. I truly appreciate your time and the energy you spend with us. Every time you listen, every time you practice with us, you're taking a beautiful step forward. Not just in your English learning journey, but in your personal growth as well. I appreciate each and every one of you. You are the reason we create these episodes. So once again, thank you for being part of our Code Your English family. Today, we have a very special topic for you. We are going to talk about the power of visualization. This may sound like a big or difficult word, but don't worry. I will explain everything step by step in simple English, so you can understand and enjoy the topic. Visualization is a powerful tool that can help you in many areas of your life. Your studies, your work, your dreams, your English learning, and even your daily activities. It is something many successful people use, and after this episode, you can use it too. Why is this topic so important? Because our mind is very strong. Sometimes, we don't realize how much our thoughts and pictures in our mind can affect what we do in real life. When we imagine something clearly, when we see it in our mind, it becomes easier to do it in the real world. For example, if you imagine yourself speaking English confidently, you are already preparing your brain to do it well. Visualization helps us prepare, practice, and believe in ourselves before we even start the real action. That's why learning how to use this power is so important. It can help you become stronger, braver, and more successful in many parts of your life. In today's episode, you will learn what visualization really means, how it works, and why it is called mental practice. We will also talk about the benefits you can get from using visualization in your daily life, such as feeling more confident, reducing stress, and improving your performance. Then, I will guide you through simple steps on how to practice visualization, even if you are just starting out. You will also hear a short personal story that shows how powerful visualization can be. And, at the end, I will leave you with some final thoughts and motivation to help you start using this great tool today. So, my friends, are you ready? Sit back, relax, and get ready to learn something new. Not just about the world, but also about yourself. Let's begin this exciting journey together here on Code Your English. Let's discover the power of visualization and how it can help you create the life you want and the English skills you dream of. What is visualization? Now, let's talk more deeply about what visualization actually is. I want to explain this idea slowly and clearly so you can really understand it. You don't need to know any difficult or technical words. I will keep it simple so you can follow and even repeat some parts later to practice your speaking. So, what is visualization? In the simplest words, visualization is when you create a picture or a movie in your mind. You imagine something you want to do or something you want to happen. You close your eyes, relax, and start to see it in your mind. Like watching a short film where you are the main character. This is not magic, and it's not about pretending. It's a mental exercise where you prepare yourself for something by imagining it before it happens. Let me give you an easy example. Imagine you are a student who is nervous about giving a presentation in class. You feel scared, and you're worried you might make mistakes or forget your words. But before the big day, You sit quietly, close your eyes, and imagine yourself standing in front of the class. You see yourself smiling, speaking clearly, and the class listening carefully. You imagine yourself feeling calm and confident. You see the happy faces of your classmates, and you hear yourself giving a good talk. Even though the presentation hasn't happened yet, your mind is already practicing it. This is visualization. Another simple example. Imagine you want to run a race. Before you even put on your running shoes, you sit down and picture yourself running fast, feeling strong, and crossing the finish line with a big smile. You see it clearly in your mind. Your brain is starting to prepare you for success before you even move your body. This is why some people call visualization mental practice or seeing in your mind. You are training your mind, just like you train your body. It's important to understand that your brain can't always tell the difference between something you really do and something you only imagine in great detail. When you visualize, your brain starts to make connections and prepare you for action. For example, athletes often visualize their races or games before they play. They see themselves winning, scoring points, or making the perfect move. By doing this, they train their brain to feel confident and ready. Artists might visualize finishing a painting or giving a great performance. Public speakers visualize giving a strong, clear speech to an audience. Even students use visualization. They picture themselves passing a test or learning a new language. Now, why do we call it mental practice? Because just like you practice a sport or a musical instrument, you are practicing success in your mind. You are creating a clear picture of what you want to achieve. This helps you feel more ready and sure when the real moment comes. You are preparing your mind to face the situation calmly and confidently. That's why people who visualize often feel less nervous and more focused when it's time to act. You don't need to be a professional athlete or a famous artist to use visualization. You can use it in your daily life. Before a job interview, before speaking English with someone new, before taking an exam, or even before starting a new project. The great thing about visualization is that anyone can do it, anywhere, at any time. All you need is your imagination and a few quiet minutes to practice. So, to sum up, visualization is the simple but powerful act of seeing success in your mind before it happens in real life. It's mental practice that helps you prepare, build confidence, and focus on your goals. It's like giving yourself a mental preview of what you want to achieve. And the best part? The more you practice visualization, the stronger and clearer your mental images become, making you even more ready for success. How does visualization work? Now that we know what visualization is, you might ask, how does it actually work? Why does just imagining something in your mind help you do better in real life? Let's break this down in a very simple way so you can really understand how powerful this tool is. First, it's important to know that your brain is amazing. It has a very special way of connecting your thoughts and your actions. When you imagine something in great detail, your brain sends signals to your body, almost as if you are really doing the thing. For example, if you close your eyes and imagine squeezing a lemon, you might notice that your mouth starts to water a little. That's because your brain is reacting to the image, even though there's no real lemon in front of you. This is how visualization works. You imagine something so clearly that your brain and body start to prepare for it. Athletes know this very well. Many top athletes use visualization before their competitions. For example, a runner will sit quietly before the race, close their eyes, and imagine running smoothly, feeling strong, and crossing the finish line. They picture every step, every breath, and even the feeling of winning. This helps their brain and body get ready for the real race. It's not just physical practice that makes them strong, it's also this mental practice that gives them an extra boost of confidence and focus. Artists and musicians also use visualization. Before going on stage, a musician might imagine playing the perfect performance. They picture themselves holding their instrument, playing each note beautifully, and hearing the audience clapping in the end. This mental picture helps calm their nerves and makes them feel ready to perform well. You don't have to be an athlete or a musician to use visualization. Let me give you an easy-to-understand example from daily life. Imagine you are a student and you have to give a presentation in class. You feel nervous because you don't want to make mistakes. Before the presentation, you find a quiet place, close your eyes, and start to imagine the moment. You see yourself standing in front of the class, smiling, and speaking clearly. You imagine your friends and teacher listening carefully, and you feel confident and happy. When you do this, your brain starts to prepare for that real moment. When you finally stand up in class, you feel less nervous because you've already practiced in your mind. So, how does visualization work? It works by helping your brain and body connect your imagination to real action. It trains your mind to expect success and to feel ready even before you start. This makes you feel more confident and focused when the time comes to perform. The more often you practice visualization, the stronger the connection becomes between your mind and your actions. Remember, visualization is not magic. You still need to take real steps and practice in the real world. But when you combine real practice with mental practice, you give yourself the best chance to do well. That's why successful people use visualization, because it prepares them not just physically, but also mentally and emotionally. And the best part? You can start using it today. Benefits of visualization. Now, let's talk about the many benefits of visualization. You might be wondering, why should I spend time imagining things? How will this really help me? Well, visualization has been shown to help people in many areas of life. When you use visualization, you are not just daydreaming. You are training your brain to work with you, to support you, and to prepare you for success. Let me explain some of the biggest benefits in a simple and easy way. First, visualization builds confidence. When you imagine yourself doing something well, you start to feel more sure that you can actually do it. For example, if you visualize giving a speech in English and doing it successfully, your brain gets used to the idea that you are capable. You start to believe, yes, I can do this. This belief is powerful. It gives you inner strength and helps you face the challenge with a positive attitude. Without confidence, we often give up before we even start. But when we visualize success, we begin to believe in ourselves, and that makes a huge difference. Second, visualization reduces fear and stress. Many times we feel afraid or worried before doing something new. Maybe you are afraid of speaking in front of others, or you feel nervous before a big exam. Visualization can help calm these fears. When you imagine yourself handling the situation well, you tell your brain, "This is not as scary as it seems." Your body relaxes, and your mind becomes more peaceful. By seeing yourself succeed in your imagination, you take away some of the fear, and you become more focused and calm in real life. Third, visualization improves performance. This is why so many top athletes, musicians, and public speakers use it. By practicing in their minds, they improve their actual skills. For example, a basketball player who imagines making perfect shots is training their brain to send the right signals to their body. A student who imagines answering questions in class clearly and correctly is preparing their brain to react in the right way. When you combine real practice with mental practice, your performance often improves faster and becomes more consistent. Another great benefit is that visualization helps you set and reach goals. When you clearly picture what you want, it becomes easier to move toward it. For example, if your goal is to pass an English test, you can visualize yourself studying every day, practicing with friends, and finally seeing the good result on your paper. By keeping this positive picture in your mind, you remind yourself of what you are working toward. This makes it easier to stay on track and not give up when things get hard. Finally, visualization gives you motivation. It helps you stay excited and interested in your goals. Let's say you are learning English, and sometimes you feel tired or frustrated. When you visualize yourself speaking English fluently, traveling to new places, or making new friends from other countries, you feel more motivated to keep going. You remind yourself why you started, and you feel the energy to continue, even when the journey feels long. Let me give you some simple, everyday examples of how you can use visualization. Imagine you have an important test coming up. Instead of just feeling nervous, you sit quietly, close your eyes, and imagine yourself answering the questions confidently and passing the test. Or maybe you need to speak in public, like at a school event or a meeting. You can imagine yourself standing tall, speaking clearly, and getting a positive response from the audience. Even small things, like preparing for a job interview or trying something new, can be made easier with visualization. You just picture yourself doing well, and you let that positive image guide your real actions. In the end, visualization is a powerful tool because it works on many levels. It helps your mind, your emotions, and even your body get ready for success. It builds confidence, reduces fear, improves your performance, keeps you focused on your goals, and gives you the motivation to keep trying. And the best part? It's free, easy, and you can start using it anytime, anywhere. How to practice visualization. Step by step. Now that we've talked about what visualization is, how it works, and why it's so useful, you might be asking, how do I actually practice it? Don't worry, it's simpler than you think. Let me guide you step by step through the process, using easy and clear language so you can follow along and start trying it in your own life. The first step is to find a quiet place. This is important because you need to focus your mind without distractions. You don't need anything fancy, just a place where you can sit or lie down comfortably without noise or interruptions. Maybe it's your bedroom, maybe it's a quiet corner at home, or even a peaceful spot outside in nature. The key is to be somewhere you feel calm and safe, where your mind can relax and concentrate. Once you're in that quiet space, the next step is to close your eyes and relax. Take a few slow, deep breaths. Breathe in slowly through your nose, hold it for a second, and then breathe out gently through your mouth. Feel your body relax with each breath. Let go of any tension in your shoulders, your neck, your face. This helps calm your body and prepare your mind to focus. When you're relaxed, your mind becomes more open to imagining positive things and building strong mental pictures. Now comes the heart of the practice. Imagine the goal or situation in detail. Picture what you want to achieve as clearly as possible. For example, if your goal is to give a good presentation in English, imagine yourself standing confidently in front of the class or audience. Picture the room, the people watching you, and your own body language. See yourself smiling, speaking clearly, and sharing your ideas smoothly. The more details you include, the stronger the visualization becomes. Imagine what you see, what you hear, even what you might smell or feel. Make the picture as real as you can in your mind. As you imagine, it's very important to feel the emotions as if it's real. Don't just watch yourself like a movie. Actually, step into the moment. Feel the confidence, the excitement, the pride. Feel the joy of doing well, the satisfaction of achieving your goal. These emotions are a key part of visualization because they help your brain connect the mental image to real experiences. When you practice feeling success in your mind, you make it easier to feel confident and positive in real life. Visualization works best when you repeat it regularly. This is not something you do once and forget about. It's a practice, just like exercising or learning a new skill. Try to set aside a few minutes every day to visualize your goals. It could be in the morning to prepare for your day, or at night before you sleep. The more often you practice, the stronger your mental pictures will become, and the more natural and automatic your confidence will grow. Finally, always remember to keep it positive and clear. Focus on what you want to happen, not on what you're afraid of. For example, if you're preparing for a test, don't imagine yourself failing or forgetting answers. Instead, picture yourself answering questions calmly and correctly. Keep your images clear and focused on success. This positive focus helps train your brain to expect good results and guide you toward them. So, let's review the steps one more time. Find a quiet place, close your eyes and relax. Imagine your goal in detail. Feel the positive emotions, repeat regularly, and keep your focus positive and clear. That's it. Visualization is simple, but very powerful. It's like a mental workout that prepares you for success, builds your confidence, and helps you stay motivated as you work toward your goals. Remember, you don't need to be perfect at this. Just start small, practice a little every day, and watch how your mind and your actions begin to change. With time, you'll notice you feel stronger, braver, and more ready to face challenges. All thanks to the simple power of visualization. Common mistakes and tips. Now, let's talk about some common mistakes people make when practicing visualization and some useful tips to help you get better results. Visualization is a powerful tool, but like any skill, you need to practice it the right way. Many people give up or feel frustrated because they make small mistakes that block their progress. So today, I want to help you understand these mistakes and learn how to avoid them. One of the biggest mistakes people make is that they focus on negative thoughts instead of positive ones. Maybe you sit down to visualize success, but your mind keeps showing you failure, mistakes, or fear. For example, instead of imagining yourself speaking English confidently, you keep imagining yourself forgetting words or making mistakes. This is normal. Our brains sometimes go to negative places because we are afraid. But here's the important part. When you notice these negative pictures, Gently bring your mind back to positive images. Don't get angry or upset at yourself. Just remind yourself, I want to focus on success, not on failure. The more you practice focusing on positive outcomes, the stronger your positive mental images will become. Another common mistake is not being consistent. People try visualization once or twice, but then they stop. They think, it didn't work, or I don't have time. But visualization is like a muscle. You need to exercise it regularly to make it strong. My tip for you is to make visualization a daily habit. It doesn't have to take a long time. Even just 5 to 10 minutes each day can make a big difference. Maybe you can practice in the morning before you start your day, or in the evening before you go to bed. The key is to keep going, even when you feel busy or tired. Over time, you will notice the benefits growing stronger and stronger. Another important tip is to remember that visualization should be combined with real actions. Some people think that just imagining success is enough, but no, that's only part of the process. You also need to take real steps toward your goals. For example, if you are visualizing yourself speaking English fluently, you also need to practice speaking, listening, and learning new words. Visualization gives you the confidence and motivation, but you still have to do the work. Think of visualization as your mental coach, helping you prepare your mind so you can perform better in real life. Finally, one more mistake many people make is losing patience. They try visualization for a few days or weeks and expect big results right away. When they don't see fast success, they feel disappointed and give up. But remember, visualization is part of a long-term process. It's about changing how you think, how you feel, and how you act, and this takes time. My tip here is simple. Trust the process. Be patient with yourself. Celebrate small improvements. Notice how you feel a little more confident, a little less afraid, a little more focused. These small changes will add up over time, and you will see bigger results if you stay patient and keep practicing. So, let's review the main points again. Focus on positive thoughts. Practice regularly. Combine visualization with real actions, and stay patient and trust the process. If you follow these tips, you will avoid the common mistakes that stop many people, and you will give yourself the best chance to succeed. Remember, you are training your mind to work with you, not against you. And that's a very powerful thing. To help you understand visualization even better, let me share a short story with you. This is not a real story from my life, but it's an example that will help show you how visualization can work in a simple, everyday situation. Imagine a young woman named Anna. Anna is a university student, and she is learning English. She loves the language, but she feels very nervous when she has to speak in front of the class. Every time the teacher asks her to give a presentation or answer a question, she feels her heart race, her hands shake, and her mind go blank. She knows the words, but in that moment, fear takes over, and she forgets everything. One day, Anna decides she wants to change this. She reads about visualization and learns how it can help build confidence. So, she decides to give it a try. Every evening before going to bed, Anna sits quietly in her room. She closes her eyes, takes a few deep breaths, and begins to imagine. She pictures herself standing at the front of her classroom. She imagines the room, the faces of her classmates, the sound of her own voice. In her mind, she sees herself smiling, standing tall, and speaking clearly. She imagines answering the teacher's questions with confidence. She imagines the happy feeling she will have when she finishes speaking and sees her classmates smiling back at her. At first, it feels a little strange for Anna. She wonders if just imagining success can really help, but she decides to trust the process and keep practicing. Every night, she visualizes the same situation. Slowly, she notices that her body feels calmer when she thinks about speaking. She no longer feels her heart race so fast. She starts to believe that maybe, just maybe, she can actually do this in real life. The day of the next presentation arrives. Anna still feels a little nervous. That's normal. But this time, something is different. She remembers the images she has practiced in her mind. She takes a deep breath and steps to the front of the class. As she speaks, she feels more confident. Her words come out more smoothly. She makes eye contact with her classmates and even enjoys the experience a little. When she finishes, she feels a wave of happiness and pride. She did it. After that day, Anna continues to use visualization in other areas of her life. She uses it when preparing for exams, imagining herself staying calm and focused. She uses it before job interviews, imagining herself answering questions confidently. She even uses it in sports, imagining herself playing well and enjoying the game. Visualization becomes a simple but powerful tool that helps her reach her goals and believe in herself. This story shows that visualization is not magic. It doesn't work without practice or effort, but it is a real mental tool that can change the way you feel and act. By imagining success, you train your brain to expect good results, and this gives you the strength to face challenges. Whether you are a student like Anna, an athlete, an artist, or someone working on a personal goal, visualization can help you build confidence, reduce fear, and take positive steps forward. So, I encourage you to think about your own life. What is one situation where you feel nervous or unsure? What is one goal you want to reach? Start practicing visualization for that situation. Picture yourself succeeding. Feel the positive emotions, and trust that with time and practice, you can change the way you think and the way you act. Remember, you have the power to shape your own success, one mental picture at a time. As we come to the end of today's episode, let's take a moment to remember why visualization is such a powerful tool. Visualization is not just daydreaming or wishing for something to happen. It is an active mental practice where you train your brain to focus on success, confidence, and positive results. When you imagine yourself doing something well, whether it's speaking English, passing a test, giving a presentation, or reaching a personal goal, you are preparing your mind and body to handle that situation in real life. It's like creating a mental map for your brain to follow. So when the moment comes, you feel ready, strong, and focused. Visualization is powerful because it connects your mind and your actions. It helps you believe in your abilities before you even start. Think about how many times we let fear or self-doubt stop us from doing something. We might tell ourselves, "I can't do this," or "I will fail." And when we think that way, it often becomes true. But visualization gives you a new way to approach challenges. Instead of focusing on fear or failure, you focus on success and positive outcomes. You create a picture of what you want, and that picture becomes your guide. I want to encourage you to try visualization today. Don't wait for the perfect moment or the perfect situation. Start with something simple in your life. Maybe you have an English conversation coming up, or maybe you want to do well on a small task at work or school. Find a quiet place, close your eyes, and imagine yourself doing that thing successfully. See the details in your mind, where you are, what you're doing, how you're feeling. Feel the confidence, the calmness, the happiness. Even a few minutes of practice can make a difference. And the more you do it, the easier and more powerful it becomes. Remember, you don't have to be perfect. You don't need to see every little detail perfectly in your mind. What matters is the feeling and the focus. You are teaching your brain to expect good things, and that creates a positive energy inside you. That energy can give you motivation, help you take action, and bring you closer to your goals. So here is my short positive message for you today. You have the power to shape your own success. You don't have to wait for luck or for someone else to tell you that you are good enough. You can start today, right now, by using the power of your mind. Visualize the person you want to be. Visualize the small and big wins you want to achieve. And then, go out and take the steps to make them real. Thank you so much for joining me today on Code Your English. I hope this episode has inspired you, encouraged you, and given you a simple but powerful tool you can use in your life. Remember, you are stronger than you think, and with practice, patience, and belief in yourself, you can reach your goals. Keep practicing your English, keep believing in your dreams, and keep visualizing the amazing things you can do. I'm proud of you, and I can't wait to talk to you again in the next episode. Until then, take care, and keep moving forward.